Ah, shit. Nah, shit.
I get into my bag. I'm like, oh, where am I again?
Hola, mi gente. Hola, mi gente. We are snatching the bald head off of Jada Pinkett this evening. I hope y'all are ready. Oh, yeah, it's time. It's time.
Uh-oh. We
Gloves
coming for
are on.
alopecia. We coming for alopecia Keisha.
Alopecia Keisha. I like how we get started, ladies. All right, the music was quite apropos. Welcome, everybody. What's up, Yank Rob? What's up, Miss Ruth? Good to see you, lady. Ray Pearson, family in the building. What's up, nephew? All right, guys, on your way in, hit that like and subscribe. You know what we do here. It is currency, honey. Hit that like and subscribe. Please pay attention to the names on the screen. That is who we are. We got lots and lots of content coming. I got my one-on-one with the legendary icon, Big Daddy Kane, okay? Lily and I have Sisterhood Sips, and you're always going to get the block 6 days a week, okay? So we're coming with a lot of content. We're just giving you more and more and more to block. We can't do this without you, though. So you have to hit us with the likes, the subscribes, the follows, okay? And that means the whole team, okay? We appreciate you much, much. You can super chat me if you ever be so kind. If you want your comments highlighted, throw it in a super chat. We'll throw it up here. You yourself can throw yourself up here, too. We welcome people on the panel. Just don't be a fucking nuisance. You guys know how I get when I get annoyed, okay? I don't mind a debate, a retort, a contradiction. Just don't annoy me. It's not that hard, okay? It really isn't. It really isn't. I put up with a lot up here. You guys know that. We'd like to see your face if you come up. However, if you want to hide behind your avatar like many of you do because you feel macho behind an avatar, you can, but you have to pay for that. Hit us with a 10 or a 20. We'll pull you up here and you can hide behind your avatar all night. Okay, guys, with that said, let's get into this. Again, tonight we're here for the good time, not a long time. Okay. This right here. What are we thinking, ladies and gentlemen? What are we thinking? What are we thinking? The scandal all over our timeline. Do you see this shit? Do you believe this? So here's what I'm coming with: manipulators of men, media, and marriage, and we have tangible evidence of all fucking three. So don't look at me sideways. Okay. Before I get into it, I'd like to pass the mic and give my panel the opportunity to tell me what they think of this latest hot smoking spilling of this tea.
I'm about sick of alopecia Keisha. Okay. And I was going to go ahead and state that and get started with that. All right. I woke up to this morning because we had something else planned. We had a really fun, cool topic, and then Jada just took over everyone's life like the narcissist she is. And I was like, okay, I guess we gotta discuss this. But this is the thing. I I feel like she hates him. I feel like she hates Will. I feel like she has a resentment of some sort. And the way she's been moving over the past couple of years or maybe few years, um, has like given me like make me arrive to that point, right? Because
Mhm.
I'm like this: for anyone that you love, especially your husband, like your household, you protect that. I know I would, right? And she's just been throwing them under the bus and everything like that. And the thing is, anybody in the industry, we know they haven't been. This is not news for us. We know that they haven't been together for a long time. I've been telling my friends behind the scenes, I'm like, they are not together. They are a brand, they are a partnership, but they are not a marriage, right?
Okay.
They're not a traditional marriage. They don't live together. They're not together. They may spin the block every now and then, but at some point, I started to even think that they're not even spinning the block anymore. I really feel that there's a heavy resentment there,
Mhm.
on her part for what it is. I don't know.
Mhm.
But I do know whatever it is, I like the way he's handling the situation as opposed to her. He's keep like for the most part, he tries to keep their family business in the house, but she's drags them to that dirty, dusty red table to spill all their tea. That's the only time that he reluctantly does it. And then,
Mhm.
it seems like he stopped doing it after a while. But I'm gonna just end there because I have a lot more to say about her, but pass the mic.
Gentlemen, I'd like to hear your take on this because this is a woman, who's being accused of manipulating her husband, right? Not only her husband, but August Alsina, who was in his early 20s when she started riding him. And August Alsina was a friend of her son's. So she's looking like, you know what I mean, some sort of predator, manipulator. How do you feel about that from a man's point of view?
She's a messy hoe, man.
Oh,
She's just straight. I mean, she came out as she goes on this tirade. I refresh my browser, and all of a sudden she says that Chris Rock tried to holler while her and Will were going through a divorce. I'm like, you ain't have to say that, man. You ain't have to say that. See, shit like that is honestly, it's that type of shit that gets people killed, man.
Oh, gee, we taking this to the block.
Nah, I'm saying, you know what it is, Jay.
Not the gentrified block either.
You know what I mean? Like, it's those kinds of things that, or excuse me, and as they say in more mainstream circles, crimes of passion. These are the things that lead to crimes of passion.
Correct.
You know what I mean? And honestly, man, she's just a dirty broad, man. And hopefully karma will find its way to her. But she just won't stop until she literally ruins her family. A woman who will ruin her family, that unapologetically is a fucking demon. Actually, you know what I mean, we used to fuck with her back in the days, but as the years progress, she just seems hell-bent on just destroying what that man, built. But had it not been for him, she would have fizzled out by 1996. Let's just call it 100. Let's just keep it 100. I mean, ain't nobody was on, Jada Pinkett was on nobody's short list, okay, for anything. Anyway, I pass the mic on that.
No, Saint, what say you, sir?
Well, I think to Haran's point, yes, some people would, be crimes. I don't think Will Smith, he's got way too much to lose to do that, to actually, I know what you're saying, though. You're saying that, the right person or the wrong person, you can get yourself killed. But what I found interesting is, like, they messed up before. Like, if they just would have come out before all these other crazy stories came out about her, why didn't you just say, we're married on paper, we're sharing separate, listen, it's just, we just want to live separate lives, we'll be next to the kids, those type of things, instead of coming out where it made Will Smith look really weak, like he was just accepting everything that was being thrown at him on these, when it came to her messing around with another person, with another guy. So I thought that was weird. But another thing that's kind of surprised me, I wonder because a lot of times when I think this is a lot more common than we think. And a lot of times I think people will do that because they don't have any other real options with a family and things like that, but they have a lot of money. So that's when I was reading that, I'm like, that is really strange. What else is going on there? Because I found that really strange. Like, they both have enough money to do whatever they could have, and not have to put on a charade of we're married and I don't know. I think there's more to it, and I haven't figured it out yet.
I think with them, it's severe codependency on both sides. I don't want to let him off the hook. He is a very uber determined man. He's had boatloads of success. This isn't some little punk on the corner. They suffer from diarrhea of the mouth, right? Info overload. Like, I know more about them than I do some of the people I'm related to's marriage, right? The people that you see on Thanksgiving. We don't know this much about their relationships, and we're related to them. We know much too much about Will and Jada. I do know that he has, by his own admission, a severe fear of failure. So maybe he didn't want the divorce part two, but he's cutting off his nose to spite his face, because I don't think he realized that he built so much and she really tore it down and made him look like a bitch on a stick. Because think about it. had they gotten divorced, no saint, like you said, had they said, look, it didn't work out, we're going to go parent, blah, blah, he would have went on about his way and still had that legacy intact. Okay. Will Smith is a blockbuster superstar. There is no denying that. Now, when we think of Will Smith, we think about the slap. We think about the word entanglement. Okay. And we think about his wife divulging their info. I'm sorry. When you tell me Will Smith, I don't think Bad Boys. I don't think Legend. I automatically, it's now become synonymous. It is now synonymous. You say Will Smith, I think Oscar slap. You say Will Smith, I think entanglement, right? So she did, in my opinion, destroy his legacy. His last film tanked. Now, people can say it's because it was a slavery movie and we're sick of those, but no, he's still a blockbuster star. So you think that, the white people will be, you know what I'm saying? Like, they'll go in there and see the bullshit. But it goes to show that what she's doing is affecting his brand, this brand that they were trying to keep together as a couple. I think she's extremely toxic. I think their marriage suffers from what I say here often. Once you betray a woman, or when a woman resents you, the guys are like, hey, honey, they think that they're going home to the same woman. And I keep telling you guys, when you betray a woman, when you betray her trust, right? She will stay with you if there are a lot of benefits, but you are literally living now with a new creature. Okay. It's just like the scary movies. I mean, example, just as in scary movies, when they bring someone back from the dead and then the person starts killing people because they have no soul, but it's like, John, what's wrong? Are you, and then you get choked and the person gets stabbed to death. That is what happens to a woman when you betray her trust. She'll stay with you, especially if there's benefits. Okay. But that is not the same woman. And I've seen Jada, we've all seen Jada chip away at that man. Okay. He's publicly said, I'll wrap here, Haran. He's publicly said he felt inferior to Tupac. She continues to throw Tupac up in every fucking interview we see her in. She has the biggest heart on for Tupac to this day. A man, by the way, that she had no children with, that she wasn't married to, and who never claimed her. We have never seen Pac talk about Jada Pinkett the way Jada Pinkett talks about Tupac way after death, knowing that her husband said, I felt inferior to him. Yeah, I don't
know. Quick thing to the men watching. This is why it's very important not to stay with a woman who resents you. A resentful woman will kill you. Either she'll kill you emotionally, either you'll get a fucking heart attack, or she might literally, physically try to destroy you. Like, it is best to leave a resentful woman, because that kind of energy, it gets into your skin, it gets into your food, it gets into everything. It's just hell. Now, another thing too, men have to sit down and understand what legacy truly means. Legacy doesn't just mean having a bunch of fucking kids, making a copy of yourself, okay? That's not legacy. Only small men think like that. Men who think on a macro level think, okay, your influence on the world. You have a vision for yourself, your companies, your so on, philanthropy, whatever it is, that's legacy. And the partner that you choose has to be on one accord with that, and be willing to protect the brand, not destroy the brand, not destroy your name that's connected to all of these ideas and so on and so forth, who will protect the brand at all costs, even if there are things going on behind the scenes, because they have the good sense to understand that if they destroy you, they destroy themselves, and they also destroy the children that you have with them. She's not thinking ahead. Anyway, go ahead.
Yeah, no, Saint, you.
Yeah, no, I mean, what you said about his legacy, Will Smith, what you were saying is totally true. It's like when you take a humiliation like that in public, and then the slap as well, that made it's hard. That's the last thing. That's really the only thing that comes up a lot of the time. I mean, it's one of those things like one bad thing is gonna, ruin the whole. You can do a million good things, but that one bad thing, if it's bad enough, people are going to remember that one bad thing, and that we tend to do that. And yeah, that is some hard. What Lily said about the resentment. There must be a lot of resentment there, because that is really to continue to say bring up Tupac, to continue to humiliate him like that on national TV, and you really don't hear a lot from him. It makes me believe that he's more of a person that doesn't wants to keep things in house, doesn't really want to broadcast all his business, and obviously, like you're saying, she must really resent. That's bad, man. That's
yeah, because how could you not know if you're quote unquote trying to keep the marriage together for appearances, right? I think it was an ego thing for her. We're speculating, of course, we're speculating. However, she's given us so much information that we can go beyond speculation, right? This is not like, you know what I mean, Pauletta and Denzel. This isn't Michelle and Barack. These two have given us so information. They even declared they had a bad marriage. They laughed about it, okay? Going back to the manipulation of men, media, and marriage, these two were lying since 2016, selling a dream. This is a lesson for you people. Couple goals, relationship goals. We want to be like the Smiths. You scroll and scroll and scroll endlessly, and you watch these people who are faking tax brackets. You watch these people who are faking being masculine. You watch these people who are faking being alphas. You have these people faking being feminine. You have these people faking trips, and they're turning tricks for those trips. You're watching these people and you're comparing yourselves to them constantly, and it's all a fucking mirage. It is all a fucking mirage. Like, take that lesson from this as well. This is very layered. I want to point out, yes, Ray, you can read my shirt. Says, I'm not shy, I just don't like you. I wear this to the gym a lot. Like, don't talk to me when I'm working out.
Right.
George Cook asked two good questions, I think.
Yeah, I like his questions.
And feel free to ask me a question on the super chat. I'm just saying, yes, said it. George Cook says, do you think we'll help bring this on by being too soft? And also, do you think Jada is a sociopath? I'll answer first. I'll say she's some type of path.
She's on the spectrum?
Yeah, I don't know what path it is, okay? But she's some type of path. A sociopath, psychopath. She's a path in there. There's a personality. Yeah, there's a personality disorder in there somewhere. And I don't know how many of you saw the clip. It was like a 5-minute clip. Hoda was interviewing her for the Today Show. But she says, I'm glad that Hoda asked, that's a horrible name, Hoda. Anyway,
Right.
I'm glad that she asked her, because I would have asked. I was like, please, lady, ask her the right fucking questions. Don't be soft. This is your chance to fucking ask a real question. And she asked her, and I'm paraphrasing, but she was basically telling Jada, you say it like it is. You always, tell the truth and blah, blah. Why didn't you do it about this? And then, of course, Jada, very, like any other Hollywood politician, she wiggled her way out of it. But she really pressed her. Aren't you Miss, oh, and the stars and the moon and love is this and separation, and then we don't hold anybody. So it goes to show that whole shit was a fucking act. You're full of shit. You're a hood rat from fucking Baltimore, okay? You're a manipulator. You're also a sexual predator, okay? You're a predator of a young boy. And I'm sorry, at our age, 23 is a boy. 23 is a boy. Fuck all that shit that you hear about. Oh, cougars. No, 23 at my age is a boy. If I had a son or a nephew or that was 23, I will drag you, okay, by them big ass ears, all right? I do not care. She was a predator to a boy, not only a boy, but a boy that was suffering from mental illness, who Jaden, her son, brought into the family, okay, for refuge, for help. He sat and ate at their table. The red one, the black one, and the green one. They went on family vacations with August Alsina. And what does she do? She takes his penis out and rides it for good measure. Hey, you're hanging out here, so why not? I know you're Jaden's friend, but you're already in the house. I need some dick. You like me because I'm Jada Pinkett? No, let me ride your mentally ill penis. Why not?
And the way she did that too, Jen, was real, just when I look back on it in hindsight, was real messed up, right? I remember the timeline because she brought him on Red Table Talk first. And she brought him on as if like, oh, here's Augie. Wasn't he Augie to them, to the family? He's
Yes.
Augie, right? Here's
Yes.
Augie. And we brought the poor soul in because he's addicted to drugs and sick, and we nursed him back to health, right? But me and the other people with observation eyes was like, nope. Nope, 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 nope. There's more going on. There's some more going on in that story than what they're saying. That body language is not lying. So then they show up to the MTV Awards together, red carpet, arm in arm. Oh, okay. All right, y'all. Now I know. Then they kind of split ways, and then he comes out with a song and music video, dropping little clues, little breadcrumbs. He had a woman in the video that was playing Jada. There was a Jada kind of lookalike, and instead of using her first name, he used her middle name. So he was kind of, saying, y'all, if y'all suspected something, y'all on the right track, right? And then I guess enough of us wasn't talking enough. So August was like, you know what? Let me go ahead and burn the house down. And so that's when he finally burnt the house down. But even the way that she handled that once August put it out there, it was just that whole thing was so narcissistic and sociopathic, in my opinion. Um, just looking at her, she seems very calculated. She gives me somebody I know personally. um and this person's in my family actually, and I remember as a teenager I saw her do some things like that, and I was like, oh, nobody is safe around this person. Like, this person will do anything if you get in their way, or if they feel slighted. They don't even have to be slighted, but they can feel slighted. And I was like, oh, it didn't take me long in life to understand that I can't be around those type, or you shouldn't be around those type of people. They're dangerous. Everybody's collateral damage, right? So I don't know. I can't stand her. Jen, I think you're muted. Are you muted?
Thank you, George Cook, for the super chat. We appreciate you, sir. George Cook says, no comment or question, just love for the block. Who's going to twin with George on this wonderful evening? I need a twin to that comment and that super chat. Thank you so much, George. We appreciate you. Welcome, brother Ish. Going back to what you said. Huh?
Thing, I just think she's a bitch. I don't think
we got that established at the beginning. The ball hit it hard.
Ass, grass, anything. I just think this is a stone cold.
You think she's just a bitch?
That's just a Baltimore bitch.
Well, that's a spectrum too. Bitches, there's a big spectrum. So she's on somebody's spectrum.
That's true. So I want to go.
Damn. Are you here to defend Jada? Hopefully somebody can take her side tonight.
Listen. Anybody, listen. You know, we love being an echo chamber, but anybody is welcome to come up and give us the other side. I'm not in devil's advocate mood tonight, though I'm your favorite devil's advocate. I'm not in that mood tonight. Okay. So you guys feel free to come up, cam up, or whatever, or you can defend her in the chat. This is you can do as you feel. I'm sure there's a Jada fan out there somewhere. Going back to what you said, Lily, you said she's very calculated. She's so fucking calculated that she's using Will the Oscar slap to sell that raggedy ass book, Worthy. And then she's her head is, it's a profile. Like she's one of them motherfuckers that it's like you really think you're more regal, right? Or more, holier than thou. She's giving us the, I know I'm for the streets, but I'm gonna talk a certain way. It's like the Erykah Badu thing. It's like, yeah, I'm really just a chick for the streets, but I'm I have extra vocabulary, so I'm going to make you think that I'm more than that, right? I will say this: I think Will, plainly and boldly, is a stupid motherfucker. Like it's just stupidity. If he was my brother, if he was my nephew, I would be like, you're a stupid motherfucker. You're stupid. The whole world, when you have millions of people saying she's bad for you, do you not see it? She's manipulating you. She fucked this little boy under your roof, right? Regardless if y'all was separated or not. Forget that. You should be mad that she's fucking on your son's friends.
Mm-hmm.
You don't even have to be together. Your ex, and that's rich, poor, I don't care what neighborhood. You are fucking on our child's friend. That's not gender specific. That's not tax bracket specific. We all have exes. That's like our exes fucking on our child's friend. That's enough of a violation without it being, oh, you violating the marriage. And we hanging out with Augie. We on family vacations with Augie. He's sleeping over in one of the houses in one of the rooms in the West Wing.
Oh, and also something popped up. I revisited that Bad Marriage for Life line today, and it
I
hit
saw
me
it
a
too.
little bit, but it hit me a little different today. You know why?
Mm-hmm.
How long have they been married?
She
Many
says
years.
23 years, 23,
Okay,
almost 20,
that's enough. Where
close
do they
to
live? Where do they live?
California now.
What happens after 10 years of marriage in California?
You get
You get
half.
automatic half.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe that is Will's.
Funny as a motherfucker.
I'm trying to make sense of this. I'm really trying to make sense of why he's still sticking around. Like, I'm like, is he trying to keep saving coins or what? Like, does he, or like, it could be that he resents her that much that he will keep her around. So it's cheaper to keep her type of situation. I don't know.
You
I'm
think?
just trying to,
You think?
it could be, it's a possibility.
Ish, you're gonna have to pay for as many times as you go behind that avatar, sir. Okay, you breaking all the rules up here.
All right, I may have to pay because this is a
Okay.
hot hour for me.
That's fine. Really quickly, I just wanted, net worth, 350 million. So if he were to divorce, what's half of 350 million class?
I'm not a math person. That's a Ron specialty.
Half of 350 million?
Come on.
Chat? 175?
I don't do math. I'm illiterate. Math.
175? 175 million?
Until it comes to my coins, I can tell you about everything. Okay.
Nah. Don't want him.
Is it 175? What the fuck? 350?
What is the number?
350.
175.
Okay. Thank you, Mayan King. My panel, they rode in on the short yellow bus today. It's okay.
I tried to help you out, man. I said 7. You only had one number left.
Okay, so 175 million. Okay, 175 million. So that means that he'd walk away with 175, and she'd walk away with 175. That's still an excellent number. So I don't know. I mean, they're in the tax bracket to where they're in the tax bracket to where if she does leave with half, it's not going to cripple him. It's not going to.
First of all, though, that doesn't mean.
I don't think it'll cripple him, but I'm thinking it's more of an ego, and bitch, I'm not letting you do that. You gotta sit your ass right here. Sit your ass right here. Like,
they wouldn't get, but the thing is, she wouldn't get. We'd have to know what she's worth, and because that would all go into the same pot. So it's not just him losing half of his, right? So it wouldn't be 175. It would be whatever she makes less,
What's she worth?
So basically, you'd have to add all the assets together and then divide it by half.
So what do you say, Ron? What does she have?
I think she got
30 or 40 million. Oh well, yeah. So she's poor compared to him.
Yeah. But I'm just saying, you would have to say.
It says here, producer, director, singer, author of businesswoman who has a net worth of 50 million.
She got 50.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
It says, as of 2023, this multifaceted talent boasts a net worth of 50 million. Jada's journey and achievements serve as a testament to her dedication, talent, strategic choices, and scallywag activities. Yeah.
Oh, did they add that in? Oh, okay.
I added that.
What does she have to pay for? She don't have to pay for nothing. Like, of course she can have 50 million. She's sitting at home in his house. Oh, listen.
Their house.
New job. Bang. There you go.
No. It's literally his house.
Right.
Mhm.
She
His
got
house.
she lit. The history is that is his house where he used to live there with his first wife.
Right.
And one of her problems was, I don't want to move in there because you already lived there with a wife. And he was like, oh, well, this is where we're going to live. So he moved her in to the house that he had already shared with. Shit, you ain't marrying me, bitch.
You ain't marrying me either.
My ego and pride is way too. Oh well, you want to keep this shit fine, but we're gonna have to get a second house.
Issue
that's
that
me.
Going through, there is an actual. I believe there's a secret will that we have not seen, and that's the dynamic that we're dealing with. There's a personality behind the camera that literally is a little bit more aggressive than is perceived. And I think that if you look at his Instagram, I don't know if it's still up, but when he was getting dressed for the Oscars, there was this attitude that kicked in, and then he realized, oh, somebody's watching me on this phone. Like, that Philly nigga kicked in, excuse my language, but that Philly nigga kicked in, like, yo, I'm Will kind of energy. So there may be some of that she's contending with, that on top of all his successes and on top of all the things that he has achieved, that she hasn't, she still pales in comparison. And he was the one that chased her down. I mean, I actually personally witnessed when he was just dumping roses upon roses in her trailer at the Set It Off filming. So,
well, okay. With that said, it may be true. However, publicly, he's let her castrate him repeatedly. So how big is that ego behind the scenes when publicly you allow this little woman to castrate you repeatedly? Not once, but twice, but 3 times. Just the other day, she posted a video of her and Tupac karaokeing to Will Smith's song. She's continuously. So now it's like, what kind of fucking twisted are both of you?
But now let's go here. Let me just play quick advocate here. What has he been doing behind the scenes for her only get back is to publicly castrate him? He may have been doing a whole lot
behind the scenes. I listen.
With whomever.
Listen. I have no doubt that he probably ran through her whole family. Probably fucked her mama too. I would not put it past Hollywood. Okay, right. I would not put it past. They were alone one night, and the mother looked good. Probably sucked his nut or two. We don't know that. However, I'm saying that she is still. We don't know that. We don't know what Will's done behind the scenes, right. But she continuously is castrating him publicly, is my point. Public is what matters, Ish. Not behind closed doors. Public is what matters. Right. So she could come out her little bald-headed self on the red carpet like, I'm getting some get back. We don't know what Will's done. If anything, Will just keeps looking innocent, right? I know he's not, because why would you she knows that she can talk about Tupac, post them on her Instagram, say basically, you can't please me in bed. She's castrating him publicly over and over. He looked like a dope sitting there with the entanglement thing. He just looks worse and worse and worse. And unfortunately for him, that's his legacy. So just for shits and giggles, I pulled up Will Smith's Instagram. His last post, was 6 days ago. But let's read through some of the comments so you can see what his legacy is now. These are all different people. Bro thought we would forget. Somebody else said, the only joke here is you, Will. Unk, she's out here talking shit again. You're done. Someone else said, this edit slaps hard like you do. Someone else said, sign those papers, Will. Shorty getting real spicy with these interviews, my guy. You suffering in silence, you gotta be. Someone else said, no one likes you, Will. Someone else said, you threw your entire reputation away defending a woman who has no interest in being with you. You're a sucker. Somebody else said, yeah, okay, let him cook. Someone else said, you are worth all the happiness life can bring. You are enough, Will. You are loved and you are respected. Please remember to put yourself first because you are a prize. Leave Jada alone. Haters will say, please love yourself enough to walk away and allow someone else who will be proud to have you near them walk into your life. Someone else said, can't make up this shit. You done. Someone else said, cuck. This is his reputation now. It is here in black and white. Damn. It's here in black and white on his last fucking post. This is what your wife did to you.
Right.
Well, I
Right.
lie, man.
She
I
won the
mean,
fight. She won the fight.
watching the last couple of Bad Boy movies, man, it's kind of rough knowing old Mike Lowry out here just getting ran through the ring about his bro. You kind of look at this shit a little differently. Doesn't look like the suave tough guy anymore. It's just like, damn, now you look like Will Smith. You know what I mean? So how does this? Because your brand is everything, especially when you do movies, man. You know, people have to have a certain perception of you. You know what I mean? In order for them to get up and go see your movies. If you have this aura around you that you're just a straight sucker, those action movies ain't gonna hit the same, man. They're just not.
And these, you can't make this up. You can't, these be, it's rewind time. That edit slaps for real. You're gonna want to stay off social media for a while, little bro. Yeah, this slaps harder than the Oscars. This is crazy. Are you retarded?
Damn.
Everybody's saying this transition slaps. It's crazy.
Trying to, and as a man, I have to leave all of that.
They're tagging Chris Rock.
Oh,
damn.
Got
Look,
to
man,
be more careful.
look,
Damn.
Look, listen.
Oh, somebody said, well, do you have a copy of Jada's book?
Yeah, that's the best one. I'm
Look,
sorry. That was
Look, man, the internet is a vicious place, man. There are no friends.
Yeah, look, Will forever nothing but a joke now, laughing out loud. What a total fail. Leave her. People saying leave her. Oh my, this is and you know what's fucked up? That this bitch, she was slick as fuck with it. She did it, and I'm telling you, this bitch resented him and was like taking time out. I say that. You guys don't listen to me. When you betray a woman, she's still in your house. That's a whole different bitch. It goes like this. Tick, 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 tick. And let me tell you something about women, honey. We are long suffering.
calculated.
We are long suffering. We're gonna get your ass. We gonna get you, all right? And you'll be none the wiser. You'll be like, oh, she's still fucking me. She still wants me, right? That's what you'll be thinking. Sandwich will look the same and taste the same. You'll be like, yeah, she's still here. We will get you, okay? So look what she did. So fucking calculated. This fucking scorpion. She waited till the motherfucker was at the tail end of his career. 55, bitch. Mind you, according to her, check it out. According to her, they've been broken up since 2016. She waited till this motherfucker's 55 and crying on an Oscar stage.
Hey, see, at the end of the day, you got to understand something. Women, no matter what they tell you, even though they tell you to get in touch with your feminine side, whatever the fuck it is that they say, no woman, don't ever believe that lie. No woman respects a broken man. Women are sharks, man. And the only thing a fucking shark respects is an orca. If you're not willing to be a fucking orca in your own fucking situation, you are going to get fucking eaten alive. If you are plankton, if you are a fucking guppy, seriously, women will destroy you.
Don't bring up my water boyfriends, the orcas.
Like seriously, man, and that's what's happening in the world. He's broken. He's that woman walks into that house, his house, and says that I own this bitch.
So Pete Big Pimpin'. You know that Chris Rock did his, huh?
He probably pegs her.
I'm sure Will Smith was getting pegged way before Jada.
I said that on exactly. I said that she's the top, he's the bottom. Every time I see them, I see that she's the top and he's the bottom. Yeah, I cannot unsee it. No one can convince me otherwise.
Okay, but remember, she was on Oprah and she did make that statement. If she were to break up with him, it's going to be women. She said that. I didn't. She said that on Oprah. And it caused quite a stir because, this was many, many moons ago, right? And back then it was like, oh, the potential of homosexuality. Oh, gas.
Right.
So, she's so calculating. I mean, I give it to this bitch. I give it to her. Chris Rock did his special. He called her a bitch all up and down that shit, right? Did she respond? No. Okay. She waited to drop her book, and now she's mentioning Chris Rock. By the way, remember you tried to holler at me? Right? So she claims that Chris called her when the rumors started that they were about to get divorced, right? And she said that Chris Rock called her and was like, hey, I hear you guys are about to break up or breaking up. Can I take you out? And she was like, what? She was like, oh, no, those are just rumors. She told him, right? So she wanted to put Chris Rock out there too. Like, yeah, motherfucker, you hollered, right? Now, this is Hollywood. They all fucking each other. So I don't see that as some sort of expose. I'm sure after Chris Rock called her, he called Nia Long. And after Nia Long, he called Rosario Dawson. And so I don't see that as like, oh my God, you're so irresistible, Chris Rock. No, your fucking name was in the news. He thought he was getting divorced. Maybe he still had a crush from Set It Off and wanted to smash. But I don't see it as like, oh my God, he was trying to holler. Who ain't trying to holler, bitch? Welcome to our world.
Right. And this is before she pumped her. And this is before she pumped her cheeks up and her got the fat face and from the extra fillers and stuff. So yeah, I can see he still wanted to do a little something.
Yeah, a little something. Let me tell you, these fucking, I don't know. Let me tell you, it makes, what's fucked up about this is that Will thought he was saving his reputation by staying in that marriage. And he ruined it. He ruined it. ROONT. He ruined it. Like now he's a laughing stock. There's no respect for him. He's a laughing stock now.
It kind of reminds me of the people who stays together for the children. And then the children fucked up because y'all stayed together. Like when it gets that bad, run to your corners. Like no one will benefit from this. You got these two weird ass adult children now. Now this is all making sense.
Are you talking about Jaden and Willow?
Child, them two things. Like really, like don't this is making a lot more sense of why they just a little bit off their rockers. So
yeah.
Right. And Jaden crying every 5 days.
To look at Will, like man, your whole family is just like you got this like I said, just flat out bitch for a wife. Your fucking kids are like two Nintendo characters. I mean, it's just shit is weird,
no,
man.
They're non-playable characers. They're NPCs. Okay.
Yeah. Thank you. Yum.
Yeah, that's these two fucking kids, man.
Yeah.
Ice cream. Ice cream.
And then Jaden.
And Will Smith. Oscar, thank you. Oscar, thank you.
Oh Lord, this is horrible.
I just don't know what the reason now is, because if this cat's out the bag and his career is already taking a dive, is it just like you said? Is it just the money? But I mean, come on. Let's just say they're worth, I don't know, with together $700 million. And they split $350 a piece or whatever, get rid of the house. I mean, I don't know. I just don't understand what his point is now, because she continues to drag him on national TV. And I dare anyone come up here and try to defend Jada. Listen, I don't know what Will Smith's done, but that's because he doesn't go on the internet and tell me what he's done. But we see what she's doing, and it's despicable. It really is horrible. I mean, okay, you can resent someone, but man, I don't know. To me, that's taken when you have that kind of clout, that kind of access to TV, and you know it's going to go around. That is just that's really low. That's a special kind of person to be able to do that to somebody.
Mm-hmm. Yes, honey, this is Texas, good old Texas. I'm born and raised in Texas. Thank you for noticing my Texas flag, honey. Yeah, it's real. Go ahead.
I think as long as Will is attached to that woman, his status as a leading man will always be in jeopardy. As long as he's attached to that woman. I think the only thing that can save Will at this point is divorce, and he get on some Playboy shit after this, man. I mean, he get on some fuck a marriage, fuck or whatever. He got a chick here, chick there. He rides this shit out, comes back hard and strong, a reinvented Will. I mean, let's everybody say what they want. Chicks will still hop in this man's DM. Don't get it twisted. He'll still be worth $150 million. it ain't over.
If they find out who carries his bags, bitches are sliding that guy's DMs. You know how they are.
Exactly. Let's not get it twisted. I'm just saying, in terms of the Will Smith brand, it needs a restructuring, and it involves getting rid of her first, and tell your kids to shut the fuck up and close all their goddamn Instagram accounts and tell them to sit down somewhere and make sure that you're the only focus, man. You got to tone some of this shit down, man.
Yeah, I do agree that if he were, the only thing that can save him not being some clown, because now he's a clown, right? To a lot of people, the only people that are bigging him up are either groupies or his circle, right? Like, oh, Will, are you okay? But I agree with you 100%. If I had his ear, I'd be like, this is the only thing that would save you. You have to divorce that bitch. You have to be that dude again. You got to sling dick. You got to look like Will. You got to take out beautiful models. You got to be seen with beautiful models. You got to get that I don't give a fuck. Yeah, you got to get that back, that I don't give a fuck shit. Women like it. Men like it even more.
He needs to go hang out with Leonardo DiCaprio.
Yes.
Get seen with him a few times and just be known for being an asshole or whatever. Because at this point, she's a liability. She's a total liability. Because I've been saying this forever. I could tell that they were. I've been telling people forever that these people are not together. I say that about Jay-Z and Beyonce too, and a few other people. But they're a brand. They're a couple. I get it. I'm not upset. I'm not saying it to be shady. I'm just like, oh, I understand, because they monetized their relationship, so it became a brand and all that other stuff. Okay, cool. But when it starts to become a liability, now it no longer makes sense. Business is business.
That's my point. I understand. I mean, people have been getting involved in fake marriages since the beginning of black and white TV, right? To make men look straight, to make women look more domestic than they were, right? It's they've been doing this since the beginning of time. So that's not why I'm looking at them sideways. I'm looking at them sideways because it is tanking your legacy in your career. It's no longer working, Will. It's working for her. It's working for her because with them tables turning, we're right smack dab in the middle of hoe culture. So a lot of hoes are going to be like, yes, city girls, yes, you a fucking August Alsina. So it's working for her, right? It's not working for you. It's not working for you, Will. What the fuck are you doing? So at this point, I'm like, he deserves whatever the fuck he gets.
Right. Did we acknowledge? Yep, there we go.
Yeah. Thank you, Fahim Jackson, for this super chat. Former NBA player Grant Hill dodged a bullet with Jada. He made a great choice with singer Tamia. Yeah, they stay out the headlines, huh? Them two. Thank you,
man. Bottom line is that he has no swag right now. None. And as a black man, especially a black male entertainer, black cool is how you eat. If motherfuckers look at you, they see a cornball and you're black, you ain't eating, bro.
It's unforgivable. Unfortunately, sorry to all the blacks, but cool. Cool is synonymous with black. White guys could get over with being cornballs in Hollywood. They can get over with being cornballs and still be sought after. Like, what the fuck is his name from Saturday Night Live? The long stringy kid, the white boy that looks like he's on meth all the time. Pete Davidson. Yeah, Pete Davidson. People like that can get away with, looking a certain way, but he don't need one muscle the first. He don't need one muscle the first. He needs a couple dirty tattoos, and girls are like, hey, Pete Davidson. Black men, y'all can't get away with that. They have Will Smith right now looking like Carlton. You are now Carlton, sir. You are now Carlton. The tables have turned. You must get away from that scallywag. You must. Like, holding on to this is literally like it's a coma. Pull the fucking plug. Pull the plug. It is over. It is over. Right now, she's literally using her family and whoever she's fucking as fuel for the fire.
Mm-hmm.
And then there was a video they released where she was opening her new book and Jaden's there in his fucking snorkel coat. You can only see his eyes, and Willow's there and her mother's there and Will is there. And everybody's like, oh yeah, that's the book. And she's like, thank you so much, everybody. Finally a dream come true. Here's my book, worthy. And he's still there looking like a dope. Like, I never thought I'd see Will look like a dope.
Now, you see, here's the thing. Remember for like a good number of years, that dude's body was on point. He was
Yes.
in incredible shape. Remember how that motherfucker started? He showed up with the ultra dad bod,
Yeah.
And
like a
started
year or
a-
two ago.
and
That shit could be.
and
He
started
could be.
aging.
When I saw that shit, I was like, I think that motherfucker stressed out in that house, man. That
Mhm.
motherfucker probably stressed out. He probably, you know what I mean, comfort food eating and all kinds of shit. Because this motherfucker went from an action hero to like a soccer dad, like in a matter of a few fucking years. And again, that just washes the cool right off of you. And he was taking pictures like that shit was the thing to do, looking like that. Like, what the fuck?
Well, it was he was doing a challenge. Like
yeah,
he
I
was
forgot
supposed to
it
be
was that.
getting in. Yeah, it was a challenge, and then a bunch of other dudes started taking their shirts off. It was just he had the internet. I made a joke about it. I was like, he had the internet looking so freaking wild
And the
because all the
dudes who
dad
actually
bods were coming out.
and the dudes who was actually following it was a bunch of corny motherfuckers. So if you're
Yeah.
inspiring those kinds of guys, you're on the wrong side of history in the moment, bro.
Mhm.
Well, as bad as this makes Will Smith look, and it makes him look bad. I mean, his career's, taking a dive. She looks horrible too, and I'm not sure how long she's gonna last. I mean, before people start hating on her, I wonder what her comments on some of her Instagram.
No, she turns her comments
they
off, but they tear her
They
up.
tear her
Yeah.
ass alive. They've been tearing her up for years. They don't
Yeah,
deal- they don't
because
deal with her.
I don't think people like seeing that. I don't think people enjoy seeing someone one-sided be, where the other person you don't know what the other person, maybe if we knew some things that Will Smith did, you wouldn't feel like she's going over the line, maybe there was, but we don't know. So she comes out on and through the media and continues to humiliate him, and it just doesn't give people, at least doesn't give me, a good feeling about her. I'm just like, man, she's wrong. She's awful.
So she turned her comments off, of course, but whoever was already following her, a couple of them seem to have gotten through. It says 1 minute, this is on Jada Pinkett Smith's Instagram page, her last post promoting her book tour. And honey, she is touring New York, Maryland, DC, Michigan, Texas, Tennessee, Georgia, UK, Texas, Georgia, UK, Abu Dhabi, Dubai, Miami, Florida, Los Angeles. So this motherfucker is touring, okay? Some of her comments: 1 minute you're saying we kept our private life private. The next breath you're telling all your business. Girl, bye. Someone else said free Will Smith. Poor Will. How sad all this just to sell a book. You're pathetic. Leave him already. So people are going at her too, but not as much as Will, because she has her comments are limited. So she's controlling people coming and saying you're a scallywag, basically. So she's slick.
It's
She's
different
slick this one.
It's different comments though, because the nature of the comments with her is like they're coming at her as a person. They're eviscerating her as a person. With Will, they just telling that motherfucker, find your nuts, motherfucker. Like, be a fucking man. Stand up straight. They ain't coming at Will as a person. So he still has a shot to come back, like we just said. Her, she's done, man. Like, after a while, motherfucker don't like that.
These are some more of course the celebrities always stick together. So Fat Joe is like, I'm here for it. Lena Waithe is like, I love you. And then here come the fans. Let Will go. You don't need to embarrass him every damn time. Someone else said, after the news release today, I'm eternally rolling my eyes at the Will and Jada mess. They deserve each other. Officially done. Somebody else said, nope, the title of your book shouldn't be worthy. It should be Drama Queen. So people are going at her, but again, her comments are limited. It says, you really needed to do this. A lot of the twisted up things have been said about you and your family over the last 2 years. Congrats, you're worthy of what? And she's always on this very high horse, self-righteous, like, this is how you should love. This is what your relationship should be like. This is how you should look upon the mountains and the lions and the tiger. And you were just some bitch that was full of shit manipulating your marriage so you could sell books and stay in the headlines. It's wild. It's wild. Like, it's wild. This is who he picked, but maybe this was his karma as well. Who knows?
Yeah, we don't know, but I mean, as long as he's not saying anything, we're just, you know, I mean,
Yeah.
we don't know his tea.
Mm-hmm.
Sh-
Mm-hmm.
she's steadily putting
You
hers
notice
out there.
his
So
oldest son stays out of the limelight, man.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
His
yeah,
oldest son just stays out of everything.
but
Like you don't even hear
he
him
was
talk.
raised he was raised in a whole
He was
different house.
Yeah.
right.
I'm sure if he lived underneath them, he'd get caught up a lot more.
Mhm.
Ray says, how bad do y'all think Will's mental health is? I think it's pretty bad.
It's gotta be.
I think it's pretty bad. I think it's pretty bad for him to, you know what I mean, assault somebody on such a big stage and then to bawl crying tears going down his neck after he did that, and then to be seen partying right after at the after party. You know, but it makes me look at Will even more like you real fucked up and y'all deserve each other, because now that I know that they haven't been together since 2016 and you did that whole fucking act, keep my wife's name out your, knowing that you guys were separated since 2016, that's technically not even your fucking wife anymore. You fucking idiot. Like, it pisses me off even more that you did that much of a show to everybody was like, yeah, that's how you're supposed to defend your wife. That he was protecting her honor. No, his fucking roommate was full of shit, rolled her eyes. Like, she has so much control over him. It's crazy.
The most dangerous
Disrespectful roommate.
energy, one of the most dangerous energies on the planet is feminine energy.
Yep.
And for men have to understand that positive feminine energy, I'm not gonna lie, if you are lucky enough to come in contact with positive feminine energy in your life, it can change your life. I've seen some men turn their lives around, so on and so forth. Poisonous feminine energy, I've seen some men become destroyed by that. Absolutely destroyed. Straight up killers, put in puddles, because maybe the woman that they're dealing with, they're going through whatever they're going through, but she has her talons in his fucking neck for whatever reason, and he won't leave. And he's just allowing himself to be destroyed and poisoned slowly. So you got to choose carefully, man. I'm not taking Will entirely off the hook on this shit.
So you tell them to pick better, choose better.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, after almost 30 fucking years, I'm just like, I'm so like, they're just corny. They're just she's corny. Like, you know what's interesting? This is, you know what makes me cringe? That this is how narcissists work, right? They're evil. They manipulate, they do shit. And then they're like, oh, yeah, you know, and then they still have people that adore them. So they continue. Like, this is narcissism 101. And it's like, you know what I mean? It's like, do you not see how fucked up this person is? What are you talking about? They're so nice to me. They're so great. I mean, because you see in the comments, you see the contrast of the comments. People like, bitch, you full of shit. And other people like, we're here for it. Are you coming to DC? Are you coming to New York? You know,
it's the same thing with Tasha
disgusting.
K. The exact same thing with Tasha K. Like, perfect example. When she did what she did to Cardi B, it was like this split that looked exactly like that. And you know, she dying on that hill. No matter what evidence we have.
Well, there's misandrous and there's misogynists in this world. There's men who live to see women eviscerated, trauma porn, just like there's women who live to see men eviscerated. Like, there's some sick motherfuckers on both sides that just live to see the other gender destroyed.
Mm-hmm. You know, I'm going to say something. I'm going to say something controversial.
I'm scared.
Yeah, be afraid, Lily. What if, as evil as this bitch has exhibited, as evil as this bitch, what makes us think she didn't put shit in Tupac's head so he could be more gangster than he was?
Like I said, feminine energy, man.
That's what I was. Yeah.
Because remember, she's always bragging on how tight they were. They're in many pictures together. Tupac was an artiste, a ballet dancer, a poet, and a rapper, right? He was all about peace, love, and joy. He's hanging out with this Baltimore bitch, okay? Now next week he's with Suge Knight and he's Thug Life. What if this bitch, because she's a Baltimore bitch, okay? What if she spoke a certain way to men? What if she spoke a certain way to people around her that may, and you know, men will bend to the will of women, right? Especially when we're smart and witty and intelligent, right? So what's to say she also didn't put a battery in Tupac's back to act like this? I mean, she turned Will into a fucking tyrant who'd run up on a stage and slap somebody in the face who wasn't even built that way. I'm just saying. It's food for thought,
Plausible.
right?
And I've look, man, the prisons are filled with men who women have gotten in their fucking ear.
Mm-hmm.
Something. You know what I mean? About something. So, I mean, the Bible is filled with situations where a woman got into a motherfucker's ear about something that then led to the death of 30,000 fucking people. So, you know what I mean? That is not beyond the realm of plausibility. That's not.
You're right, because God and women have caused wars. So.
Yeah, but here's the thing, and then you look again. We're speculating with evidence, right? During that interview, this bitch said when Will just assaulted another well-known Black man artist, right? He went backstage. They were backstage. She asked him, "Are you okay? Are you okay?"
No, but you okay? That's how we got here.
This is what she said. She asked him after all of that, "Are you okay?" And that is what narcissists do.
And that smirk.
Yes, that fucking smirk. That, you know what I mean. And she was like, "Oh, I thought it was a skit." So you would have man almost. Yes. So you would have man almost 30 years. And she said that she thought that was a skit. She said she thought it was part of the show. She said she thought it was a skit. And she was like, she only realized it was serious when he sat back in his seat and he was yelling. Narcissist. What were you going to say? No, Saint?
You got me. I kind of think what we were talking about before. No, I had to come back to it. I lost.
Did she put the battery pack in the battery pack in Tupac's back? Did it come from that?
No. Just go. Move on. We'll get back.
I tried.
Okay, so look at the comments. These comments are interesting as well. Please hit that like for mama. Thank you, Necessary Evil. The disrespect is at an all-time high with this heifer. These are from her comments.
Oh, I meant to call her that. Orlando told me to say that tonight because I said, "Oh, heifer." You know, she deserved one of them old folks. Oh, heifer.
Heifer. You tagged Will. You're a menace. Your addiction to the destruction of men you say you love is truly uncanny. Audacity is on the clearance rack, I see, Jada. The disrespect continues. Sis, I can't defend you no more. Don't you have a social media manager? This is gross. She probably moans Tupac's name when she's fucking Will. Jesus.
Oh, damn. Somebody in the chat said she go to bed with a Tupac shirt on every night. I said, God damn, y'all ruthless. Y'all ruthless.
Is it just when you thought she had moved on, she started to focus on Will? She's back at Tupac. Somebody else said she's not gonna let this nigga go never.
Can you imagine?
That is wild, man. So she wears it. She really. I'm sorry.
Mm-hmm.
She really wears a Tupac shirt?
No. Somebody in our chat just being silly.
Oh, I was gonna say, because if she's pegging him and that's all he sees is Tupac.
Yo, you know it'd be funny if she started pegging him and she was singing "Hit Him Up" while she was pegging him.
No. Okay. Why are you still posting Tupac while you're with Will Smith? This is daily disrespect. Somebody else said you keep disrespecting this man. Someone else said, I wonder what Will did to you so much that you continue to break him like this. Girl, please, you finally need to get over Tupac and focus on your man. We're tired. So basically, you've been clowning your man for decades. This is crazy. Like, is someone else said just stop?
Do you understand the degree of just disrespect and just apathy a woman has to have for you if she knows she could just do all this shit to you and there's no repercussions attached to it? There's no consequences attached to it. She thinks you's a straight bitch. Just a straight bitch. And nothing. That pussy probably just dries up and closes up even more every time she's around that motherfucker, man. Like, seriously. Like, damn, wow. I'm sorry to hear that. Pop said he had a few Jadas. My heart goes out to you, brother.
He said he from Baltimore though. So
he did tell me that before. Thank you for the super chat. Necessary Evil says just showing love and support, hiding at work. Thank you, Mama. This is. I'm serious. Listen. I am declaring it today. She got Tupac killed.
Oh, so you letting KPD off the hook?
Yes.
Okay.
Had it not been for Jada convincing him he could be a bigger thug, there would be no Keefe D.
Right. Let me call down. I'm calling down to the United States of California prisons of the system of the thing.
Las Vegas, baby. Las Vegas.
Oh, that's where he at?
And okay, they arrested him in Vegas. They arrested Keefe in Vegas.
Okay, so yeah, I'm gonna call down there tomorrow morning so they can let him out.
Somebody get Vlad TV on my line.
Call Vlad. Call Vlad. Somebody. The cat's on it. She's on it. The bodega cat is on it.
I'm just saying, think about it. She was all about, and they used her in the freaking movie, in the Tupac movie. That bitch killed Tupac. I'm gonna get me a t-shirt, Jada killed Tupac.
Right.
Well, Abby, my concern, and I'm not even trying to be funny. She's asking, will it end in a murder-suicide? I don't know, but I wouldn't put it past Will might do something drastic after a while.
Right. I don't put it past it. It's plausible.
And I'm not putting it on him, but for a long time, OJ and Nicole were having problems.
This is true.
Time. You know what I mean? And one day, OJ probably just, as all men do after a while.
But Haran, don't you think his snap was at the Oscars? I think that was his murder-suicide.
That could be probably the prelude. One would hope that that's the snap. That probably could be the prelude to something bigger happening. I think. I don't know though. I don't know because
I think it was a murder-suicide, but
listen.
Yo, Haran is looking like, yo, did you
listen. Look. I'm not saying
like, yo,
like,
okay,
I'm not saying Will should
you.
do something. I'm not saying Will should do something. But if something happens, I understand.
Oh my goodness. Let me tell you something. I said, yo, Chris Rock better come back with another and address this shit. Chris Rock, where you at? Come back with another and address this shit. And watch him address him trying to holler. Watch. He'd be crazy if he does. I hope he's writing right now. He probably like this right now, laughing as he writes. Listen.
I ain't gonna lie, though. That's the funniest that motherfucker ever been in like a good 5-6 years when he did this. When he did that shit, his jokes was dry as a fuck. The last couple of stand-ups, when he was talking about them, it was actually hilarious.
No, that shit was funny though.
Everybody had to bow down to him on that
but
one.
when you look at, you know, the disaster of keep my wife's name out your fucking mouth, right? And then everybody had her name in their mouth in the worst way. Corey Holcomb called her everything but a fucking 2-bit prostitute on the corner. I mean, comedians were tearing this little lady limb from limb. So when Will was trying to, like he didn't think that he that wasn't thought out at all. Like you slap somebody so they could stop talking about your wife, and then all the comedians started talking about your wife. Now it's a runaway train and you can't stop it. And it just keeps going and going. And now you are again getting berated on your Insta. Every time this bitch farts, they're attacking you. Like, what? Thank you, Necessary Evil. There you go. Super chat, support the channel. Cash App on the block with Jen. Let me throw the banner down because y'all be forgetting. Y'all got selective amnesia. There it is, scrolling on the bottom. Cash App on the block with Jen. But it seems like every time she farts, there's an onslaught of, Will, you a punk, you a bitch, you a simp. Look what she doing. You ain't got no dick. You how long are you gonna put up with this?
Literally.
And people
This
are like,
man
oh,
can't-
she did it to sell the book. Bitch, you worth $50 million. You didn't need a book to sell. You can't
And
flip
you're well
50
kept.
million.
And you're well kept.
Very well kept. Very well kept.
And like somebody said in the chat, how much can one man take? Abby said it.
Look, man, once you start, like what Abby basically said, once you start messing with a man's ego, his masculinity, that primal energy, once you start fucking with that, man, I've seen the most quote unquote pussiest motherfuckers flip out and get the capping. You know what I mean? Because you get sick of it. You get sick of it, man. And you can't keep poking a bear, man. You can't keep poking a bear because after a while, no matter how docile you think that bear is, that's still a fucking bear.
But you know what's interesting? He claims to have flipped in that god awful apology he did. He claims to have flipped because
Lighting.
he just right with the lighting and the lens, you know what I mean, the glamour lens. He claims to have flipped that night at the Oscars because he said it was just too much to take. People constantly talking about them, constantly talking about Jada, constantly talking about him, constantly talking about their marriage. So now here we are again. What are you gonna do now? Who are you gonna slap now, sir? How are you gonna handle this? They're literally, he'll post something that's about him, and everybody's in the comments like, "You bitch, you punk, you this, you letting her catch it." No one's even acknowledging what he posted. So what happens now?
Not much could fix this situation. Not even a good old fashioned, like just grab a woman by the back of her neck, rip her clothes off, and just like shove your penis in between her legs and just hate fuck her. That can't even fix this. That's usually the go-to.
Yeah. It's like you saying that. Well, that usually would be like, that would usually intrigue me, those words. But you saying that after we talk about Will did nothing.
Exactly.
Yeah, it did nothing for
That's
me.
my point. This is a woman. See, this is my point. You are a woman, and your frame of mind right now for Will is this motherfucker's a sucker. So you can't see him doing some shit like that because your perception of the man is that he's a sucker. He's a wimp. So you can't see a man take control and conquer like that.
He can't hate fuck her until she stops hate fucking him. That's the truth.
Jeez.
Like I said, man, he gotta divorce her, get on some black Bruce Wayne shit.
That would work though. That would work.
Yeah, call up DiCaprio, go get you a nice new Ferrari, and for the next 5 years, go
and work out.
Yes, get back in shape. Next 5 years, go ham.
And listen, but that's the formula, Haran. And dig this. There, GQ, he could call GQ, I want to do your cover. They put him on GQ, they put him on the cover of Vogue. He gets fit. Oh my, yes, that would work. It would work.
We see it. We both seeing it. He be out of here. His next movie will be out of here.
Grease him up on the cover of GQ, sitting like on a king's fucking chair, like the comeback of Will. Oh my! No one would even think about Jada. No one would. Please, Will, if you're listening, somebody listening, I know somebody out there knows Will Smith. Tell him.
Get him a baddie. Get him a bad broad.
A couple of baddies. Date them for 3 months each.
Yes. Switch him out every month.
What secret, Mayan? Even if we find out he's bisexual, people don't care. This is 2023. People are not going to care. Anyway, with that said, this was another good one. Very, very funny. Haran, you had me dying. Guys, tomorrow is Thursday. I go in studio and then we will be back tomorrow. Let's see how this develops. And we got to revisit because the entire interview comes out on Friday at 8 p.m. So I don't know how the fuck we're going to do this because we're going to be live at 8 p.m. Friday. I don't know if it's Eastern or Pacific, but we have to revisit this even when we come back with it on Saturday. Because the interview completely drops Friday. We may have to come back on Saturday. But this is despicable. Like it just hurts my soul. And I'm not like the biggest Will Smith fan. Like, I'm not. But it hurts my soul to see someone build something that took decades, who came from nothing and built something for decades. And some bitch with a couple of red table talks and a book and a visit to the Oscars destroyed you down to nothing. To people saying on your fucking Instagram, you a cuck. Someone said cuck. I can't. Anyway, thank you so much, YouTube Press. Thank you so much, chat, for holding me down. Thank you for the super chats. If you want to support and you're catching a replay, Cash App on The Block with Jen. Come back tomorrow, all right? Don't forget, if you want to suggest a topic, on The Block with Jen at Gmail. Let me remove this really quickly from the board. That's who we are. YB Limited on all socials. Saint No Saint on all socials. Haran DeMarco on all socials. We are easy to find.
And so I'd like to just close out with a quote. And it's a sad, sad world when a girl will break a boy just because she can. Fiona Apple.
Oh my God, I know that song. All right. I know that song. Yeah, that's what we do. That's what I'm saying. If you listen, it goes hand in hand. Before you fuck somebody else, I'm telling you, you guys don't like hearing this because you like comfort. Before you fuck somebody else, I'm not even telling you don't fuck somebody else. If you're with a woman, I'm not even telling you don't fuck the other girl. Oh my, she got a fat ass. I wonder what that mouth do. Just understand that comes with leaving, be fully prepared to leave the chick you got in the house. Because we're going to find out. You guys are not that good. You're never that good, right? So I'm not even saying keep your dick in your pants, stay faithful. No, what I'm saying is if you're going to fuck someone else, okay, be prepared in your mind, financially, physically, to leave that other chick because you are coming back to a demon. And she's going to look and walk and talk the same dude. Oh, yeah, fine. Well, we can move on. We can move on. You heard it here first, guys. All right. Good night. We will see you mañana. You good, Lee?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool.
Good.
All right, guys. So we're out. We see you tomorrow. Same bat time. Bye. Ooh, this Jade is a scallywag. Hit that like and subscribe on your way out for mama, and we'll see you tomorrow, guys. Good night.